Hey guys, I'm Melhorn. Are you getting ready to fish a new body of water and wondering how to find catfish? Well, you're going to want to watch this video. It's going to be cool to get over here. It's been a few months since I've been over, and at least we got good weather rain-wise. Been a lot of rain here on the East Coast and the Southeast recently. There's been storms pretty much every day, and it's like we're into a good little stretch here where it's not going to be as bad. There's always a chance of thunderstorms in the summer, especially up in the mountains. But this is a good little stretch where hopefully we can stay dry and stay on the water and do some fishing. So folks, this lake is basically new water for me. I fished here a little bit, fished here a little bit in the winter, fish on the upper end of it more than down here where I'm at. I'm down here at the dam. So I really don't know this lake. I've never been in this cove before. So this is all very, very new water for me. It's just like being on a lake I've never been on before. And typically my strategy, my plan on a new place is to ride around, try to mark some bait, and then either go deep and work shallow, or start shallow and work deep. Drifting and dragging baits is the best way to locate fish on new water. That's my strategy. Gonna start shallow, work my way deeper. Now, as the sun gets down, gets a little bit later, I may start pulling a little bit closer to the bank, just as some of these fish start moving up shallow. Kind of look at the sonar, see what's going on, see what's happening. Play it by ear. Bottom line is you gotta fish when you can. You can't always pick the perfect time. And that's what I'm doing today. Probably the worst time of the day to be coming out in the summertime is in the afternoon, but it's the time I got to fish, so that's when I'm going to do it, because you fish when you can. I'm just reeling the rod in and it quit coming. Something hit it. It's like an old catfish. Nice, nice. Ooh. What we got? Nice clear water, you can see it. Oh, great. 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 Boom. It's gonna get better, I promise. Alright, I tucked the boat to drifting. Didn't get bit at all there. I think I'm hooked up on one here. Sat there for about an hour. Never caught a fish, never had a bite. Well, I had the turtle. No catfish, no stripers, nothing else. Finally, skunk's out of the boat. Skunk is out of the boat with an awfully small fish. A very big hook. Alright guys, one of my tips for fishing new water is get out early in the day, especially if you're fishing in the summertime. It's the opposite of what I'm doing today. I'm actually out late in the day, and that's just the circumstances I'm under. It's when I can fish, and you know me, I'm going to go fish when I can. So that's my best advice. Get out early if you're fishing a new lake. You beat the boat traffic. Generally, about 50% of the time, the bite's better in the mornings. There's times where they don't bite really good in the morning, but at least you're not fighting the boat traffic. So tip number one, fishing on new water. Get out early. That's generally going to give you your better odds of catching fish. Tip number two, and you couldn't do this too long ago, use the internet. Do some internet fishing. It's one of the things we're blessed with today is the internet. Technology is a great thing and has some bad points, but you can do a little bit of internet fishing. You can do some looking around, do some research on the lakes and reservoirs. There's a bunch of Facebook groups that you can follow, a bunch of fishermen here on YouTube that you can follow that have good information that fish specific bodies of water around the country. Do a little research, and you can kind of get a heads up on what's going on the particular body of water that you plan to visit. Alright guys, I think we're hooked into a big fish. This rod went over pretty dang good.
Feels heavy, feels decent. Bigger than the last one. I think it's bigger than the turtle too. I think he's got 2 or 3 lines with him. Woohoo! Nice blue. Pretty color on that blue. Very light. Very nice blue. Beautiful fish. Beautiful fish. Beautiful fish. Fish. Got him. Got him. Long fish. Good color. Nice one. Welcome to Fort Loudon.
Tip number 3, a big one, bait. Find the local bait. That's usually you can do that once you start doing your internet research on where to fish, times of the year to fish, that kind of thing. Find out what your local baits are. You know, general rule of thumb, shad works anywhere in the country pretty much. That's, if I had to rank one bait as the best bait to have anywhere, it'd be shad. Now, body specific pieces of water, you come out here to the Tennessee River, you're going to want to have skipjack if you can get it. Definitely one of the premier baits. If you go to the Carolinas, you fish in the Catawba chain, Santee, especially during the winter months, you want to have white perch. So there are, you know, seasonal specific baits and baits to particular bodies of water, but you can never go wrong with shad. If you got bluegill or brim, fish are going to eat them. So if you can get your hands on any of those fish, you're going to be in good shape. But go with the, you know, body specific top baits if you can get them. Sometimes they can be hard to get. And tip number 4, if you can afford to do it, book a guide before you go. It's the best way to learn a body of water, get some information, get all the info that on these tips that I've given you so far in one trip. Not everybody has the money to go do that, and I understand that. But it's a great way to learn a body of water. The other thing, a little tip is don't bug them for information. These guys are fishing 8 hours a day, then they got to catch bait, they got to go home, get dinner, get cleaned up, spend a little time with the family, turn around and do it again tomorrow. And the last thing they really want to be doing is giving out a bunch of their fishing secrets to anybody. And it just kind of leaves you with somebody asking when they don't take the time to answer. You can think badly of them, but really don't. They're just, you know, they're busy guys, and, you know, it's really not any interest of them to be giving out information on where to catch their fish.
This thing is hung. There's a fish on it. There's a fish on it. Came out the boat. Oh. That's a good fish. That's a good fish. As Chad Cats would say, fish on, fish on. Hooked up. That was a decent, that was a weird bite. Weird bite. Those lines were coming off of that point that I was coming across. It's like it, I don't know, it was like it was hung, it didn't really snap, there was no head shaking in it, went slack, and came straight at the boat. Not sure if this is he's acting like a netter. Yeah. It's a netter. Oh, that's pulling now. That is a heavy fish. Maybe a flathead. It acted weird. Those weird bites, a lot of times those are flatties. This reel only has 20-pound line on it. 20-pound Mamoy. It's a big cat fever. I got another line. I'm in another line. It ain't good. Never good when you're in another line. Okay, that's not near my fish. That's a good thing. 20-pound Mamoy. Medium heavy big cat fever rod. He's out there. Right underneath the beddage, there he is. It's a good blue. It's a good blue. Nice blue. I was hoping it was a flathead. It's acting like one. It's just a heavy, mean blue. That right there, boys and girls, is one of my better fish in Tennessee. There he is. 50-pound head, 40-pound body. Good fish. Good. Not my biggest from Tennessee, but one of them. Gonna get it back alive.
Well, folks, hopefully that gives you a little information to help you find catfish on a new body of water. If you liked this video, please hit subscribe, hit that little bell so you'll be notified of any new videos, and give me a thumbs up if you liked it. We look forward to seeing you on the water.